Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dubai Property Talks. My name is Nishchay, and I'm the director at Maverick Realty in Dubai. Today, we are not anywhere outside, we are sitting in our office. We are having a discussion with our boss man. He is my elder brother and our managing director at Maverick Realty, Vansh. So, I am very happy to have you here to have this discussion, Vansh. Tell us about the market.
First of all, thank you for having me. Uh, Look, it's a very interesting question, and everyone really wants to know about it. And I'm sure you hear a lot of this
Too
from
much.
your buyers, right?
Too much.
Look, market anywhere around the world move in cycles. So does the Dubai property market. Yes, we have seen the rock bottom of it being hit last year during the pandemic, and now it's picking up, and it's a good time for investors to make a lot of money. Yes, going down 5 years from now, they will be making premiums on whatever they buy today.
Of course, I was checking our report as well. We have registered more than 4,000 buyers in this year until October. I was checking till October, so I haven't counted the buyers for November. But of course, we have registered approximately 4,000 buyers, which is a surge, a huge surge than it was than what it was in 2020. And of course, it's a good sign. Then, of course, because of the news, we see the news. And according to Dubai Land Department's reports, June 2021 was the highest was the month which had the highest volume of transactions first in the last 8 years, and then October beat June as well. So October, like in a single month, it had the most number of transactions in last 8 years, which of course is a pretty good sign for buyers to come into the market right now, and of course it's picking up.
Yeah, like again, talking about June, October, yes, it is picking up. And if we talk about just yesterday, we have registered transactions worth over 2 billion dirhams. And today itself, we have registered transactions worth 1 billion dirhams. So you can imagine the state of the market. You can see how confident people are to invest money in this market, because at the end of the day, you invest in real estate to make money, right? And that's the ideal goal, to have high ROI and to make money. And you achieve both by investing in Dubai property market.
Of course, and but the major point of discussion today with us, as we've discussed how market is picking up, it's good, but there is a very popular belief among a lot of people right now who I know, like in back in India, I know people in Canada, my friends in Canada, my friends in UK. uh, People are still not aware how they can buy a property in Dubai, or specifically who can buy a property in Dubai. So there's a popular opinion between the people that only UAE nationals or only GCC nationals can buy a property in Dubai. So which is what my agenda today is, that I need to clear to all of the people who don't know about who can buy a property in Dubai. So let's discuss that first.
Sure. So look, to be honest, there is no as such thing that only GCC nationals or UAE nationals or people who hold UAE passports or GCC passport can buy property in Dubai. There are two types of residential properties. One is freehold properties and one is leasehold property. Okay, so in freehold properties, all the nationalities around the world, they can invest, they can buy those property, and it's 100% ownership. Whereas for the leasehold properties, it's on a 99 years lease. So it very much depends on what sort of property that you're buying, but you can own a property in Dubai as an expat.
So you don't even need a residency visa. Our popular belief is that, of course, any nationality can buy a property in Dubai, which is and we are breaking the popular belief amongst the people. And secondly, you are Indian, you are in India, you are in UK, you are in Russia, wherever you are there in the world, you don't even need to have a UAE residency as well. I'm not talking about nationality, I'm talking about residency. So people don't even need to have residency for visa for Dubai or for any emirate of UAE to buy a property in Dubai. So without you can just buy a property on your passport, which is of course a good thing how Dubai market is moving. And of course they're moving more towards freehold properties nowadays. There are very less leasehold properties, as we discussed. So you can be 100% owner of your property, and you can lease it, you can live in it, whatever you would like to do with it. Of course, you
You
can
can
do with it.
party in it, huh?
You can party, you can party in it. And of course, I was also reading in news, and of course in Dubai Land Department's website as well, that the most number of buyers in UAE in the last 8 to 10 months, the number one nationality which is buying is of course India. Then it's followed by UK, France, and on fourth number it's Canada. So if you read about UAE, or if you read about Dubai, if people would read about news about Dubai, then of course they'll know that not even the UAE nationals or UAE nationals are number one buyers in UAE. It's the expats who are number one buyers in UAE, as India, UK, France, and Canada.
Yes, you're correct. To be honest, again, Indians have topped the list as always, followed by some other nationalities like Russia, Pakistan, UK, Canada. So all these people are also buying or investing heavily in Dubai property market for numerous reasons, which we can discuss in the next podcast. But with that being said, in Maverick Realty as well, what we have encountered that the most number of buyers that we have registered is Indians, right? And followed by people from UK. Those are the two nationalities which are on top of our list as well.
Of course, I was checking the reports as well, and of course, Indians, of course, as you mentioned, are number one. Then, of course, followed by UK, and there are a lot of people coming from Germany as well, which I'm seeing in our reports over the last 3 to 4 months, that the buyers which we have registered are from Germany, which is also a good sign. And Germany is also taking over in a lot of areas in Dubai. If you look at it, then there are a lot of German buyers as well. So this clears the popular belief that the first thing, that anybody can buy a property in Dubai. You don't even need to be a resident. And of course, there are more expats who are buying a property in Dubai than the UAE nationals as well. So, which is a good sign. Now, the second question, which of course, now as the first doubt is cleared, let's discuss about how can people buy a property in Dubai, which is also a very popular or very important question which needs to be answered.
I would say most importantly, they need to contact us. As we have a big portfolio of properties which they can look into. That's the first step they need to do without even doing anything else. But the buying process very much depends on what type of property that you're buying. Are you buying a property from a primary market, or you're buying from a secondary market? What I mean by when I say primary market is that if you are buying directly from the developer, in this case, like I said before, you don't need to be physically present in Dubai. You can buy it from around the world, and it can be purchased remotely. The second is buying a property from the secondary market. When I say secondary market, it's like you buying it from an individual person or an entity. So for that, you have to come to Dubai again for the property transfer. The process is very simple and straightforward. You have to find a property. Like I said, you have to contact us to find a property for you, and we'll help you out in the best way possible. Then, once you like the property, you just pay a 10% deposit, and you sign an agreement with the owner, which is also known as Form F. Again, once everything is done, once the agreement is signed, the seller has to go to the developer to get an NOC for the property. NOC is a no objection letter from the developer giving them the permission to sell the property. Okay, after that, they will get 30 days of period. The buyer will get 30 days to make the payment, and they go to a trustee office, and you can get issue a new title deed, and you're a homeowner.
And of course, there are fees. There's approximately 6 to 7% of fees total over and above your property price, which is of course the 4% DLD fees, Dubai Land Department or registration fees for your property, and of course the overheads for 2 to 3% if you are hiring a brokerage, or if there's any other smaller costs which are involved. So whenever you're buying a property in Dubai, you need to keep in mind that there's an extra 6 to 7 percentage of the sale amount which you have to pay. And it's pretty simple for the people. It's not at all difficult. It's pretty simple, and I really like how they're making it digitalized in UAE. With the e-signatures
Yeah.
and with the power of attorney. You just have to. You can be on a video call with the notary office and give a power of attorney to somebody as well, to us as well, if you want us to buy a property on your behalf. And of course, the property can be transferred under your name. It will be in presence. I was just hearing this interview as well in the news, and I got to know these things are also started in Dubai. EPOAs, we already knew that there are EPOAs, but of course for the buyers as well, you can just do a meeting with an official of the notary office, the three parties, and the buyer, the one who he has to give the POA, and of course the notary officer, and of course in his presence you can give the power of attorney as well, if there is a need of power of attorney.
Yeah, to be honest, again, it is very easy for sellers as well. So undoubtedly, it is a very simple process, right? It is very straightforward. There, everything is available online. You can see everything on different websites, especially of Dubai Land Department website. And then
Or you can ask us as well, if you guys want, you can ask us as well and look at this
no, if you,
podcast.
they won't, they have to.
Of course they
They
will.
have to, right?
Of
If
course
they are
they
buying,
will.
you told us that they are your friends. So
Yeah,
if they are your friends who are really interested in the property, they have to contact us.
true. Everyone, guys, just take a note. The boss man is saying, so we gotta hear this thing. So now let's break down this thing, or let's summarize this thing. So of course the market is going really good. It's picking up and it's a really different market than what it was in 2021. A lot of buyers are coming from all over the world. Dubai's market is going good with the projects, with the new projects, with the new launches. Both the primary market and secondary market are good. And of course we discussed how that anybody can buy a property in Dubai. You don't even need to be a resident of Dubai.
Yeah.
You can just sit in a country, choose a property and buy a property in Dubai with such an ease. So we'll wrap up this talk today, and of course we'll be coming up with more talks and more sessions like these to discuss in future in detail about the market and about some of the more things which all the people may want to know. So thank you so much, my lovely brother.
Thank you so much for having me.
So it was great to have you here, and thank you so much, guys, for being here. We'll meet next time, and of course, maybe we see a property next time, or we do a podcast. Let's keep that a secret. So thank you so much, and we are good to go.